Good morning and welcome to the Public Service Commission for the virtual public hearing to hear from customers in the docket number 2021-153-S concerning the rate application for Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Incorporated. Let's take a roll call of commissioners first. Present in the hearing room is me, Vice Chair Belser. Appearing virtually, we have Chairman Williams, Commissioner Powers, Commissioner Caston, and Commissioner Thomas. Mr. Butler, would you read the docket, please?
Good morning, Madam Vice Chair and other members of the Commission, also parties and Commission staff. I'm David Butler, Special Counsel for the Commission, and I wanted to share a few matters before the public hearing actually begins. As the Vice Chair said, we are in docket number 2021-153-S, the application of Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Incorporated for an adjustment in rates and charges. This is the public hearing. The hearing is for the public to share their thoughts about Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation's request to increase its rates. The Commission scheduled this hearing because they know it's a significant matter and they want to hear from the customers of the utility. And please, members of the public, know that if you speak today, what you say does become a part of the official record of this case. You'll be sworn in and your testimony will be recorded by a court reporter. The Commission will keep in mind what you say when they deliberate and make a decision on this case. All of the parties will present testimony and evidence for the Commission during the merits hearing, which will be held beginning at 10 a.m. this Wednesday, November 10th. The final decision in this case will be issued by the Commission by no later than December 16th, 2021. Now, for those of you who want to speak, please note that you have a 3-minute time limit. When you're finished with your discussion, please remain where you are for a minute or so after, so that the staff and the commissioners and the parties can determine whether there are any questions for you. Commissioners may have some questions. Also, the attorneys for the parties in the case may have some questions. So please don't be offended if this happens. It is simply because the commissioners and the lawyers may want to learn more about what you have to say. I would say when you deliver your remarks, please speak up so that we can hear you. It's very important for the court reporter to hear everything that you have to say. I also wanted to point out that the Commission and Commission staff are required to follow the same rules as a judge. So while the Commission can ask you questions, they cannot answer questions. They're prohibited by law from answering questions. So please don't be offended if you have questions during your testimony and no one answers. Other parties to the case may be able to answer your questions, such as the company, the Department of Consumer Affairs, and the Office of Regulatory Staff. Please save any questions that you may have for those parties. Now, at this point, I would like to ask that the parties introduce themselves and those individuals with them. And I would start with Mr. Scott Elliott, who represents the company, Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation.
Mr. Elliott, you're recognized.
Madam Vice Chair, I'm Scott Elliott. I represent the applicant in this matter. With me today, and I'd ask them to stand, are Ms. Nakia Morris, who is the head of customer service for the company, and Mr. Craig Sorensen, who's the company president. They wanted to be here this morning to hear what these witnesses had to say and will be available after the conclusion of the hearing to answer any questions that their customers may have. But we appreciate y'all's convening this hearing, and we look forward to it. Thank you so much, Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Elliott. Welcome, members from the company. We'll take the remaining appearances of counsel at this time. Who is appearing for the South Carolina Department of Consumer Affairs?
Good morning, Vice Chair Belzer. Roger Hall, Deputy Consumer Advocate with the department. The department has given the authority to intervene in matters to represent the public interest, the consumer interest, and that's why we're here this morning to hear from their customers and hear what they have to say so we can best represent them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. And who is here from the Office of Regulatory Staff?
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. My name is Chris Huber, and I'm here for the Office of Regulatory Staff. Along with me today is Ms. Nicole Hare. Very briefly, again, thank you, Mr. Butler, members of the Commission, and Madam Vice Chair. The ORS is a state agency, but it is completely separate from the Public Service Commission. The ORS is charged with representing the public interest and making recommendations to the Commission regarding the application. Importantly, this hearing today is for you, the consumers, to have an opportunity to share your thoughts and comments regarding Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Incorporated's application for a rate increase. It is important the Commission hears from you as they make a final decision in this matter. If you have any questions or if there's anything you would like to discuss, the ORS Consumer Services Department is available to answer questions. That number is 1-800-922-1531, and they are available to take your call on weekdays from 8:30 to 5 p.m. Again, thank you all for your attention and participation. And Madam Vice Chair, I would ask that the pre-registration sheet be made a part of the record in this case from today's hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Huber. That will be hearing exhibit number 1.
Thank you. Nothing further, Madam Vice Chair.
Ms. Boyd, who do we recognize? Mr. Bachman now for our?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Bachman will administer the oath, but your first witness is Ms. Hattie Barnett. Let me get her on the phone.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on a second. Mr. Bachman has a question for you, okay?
Ms. Barnett,
Yes, sir.
do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. At this time, if you will please provide the Commission with your name, the street on which you live but not your full address, and whether you are a customer of Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Incorporated. After that, you may begin your 3 minutes of testimony.
I live 413 Brook Green Drive, Columbia, South Carolina, 29210.
And your name, please, and whether you are a customer of Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Incorporated.
My name is Hattie Barnett, B-A-R-N-E-T-T.
Thank you, Ms. Barnett. You may begin your testimony now.
I'm calling to testify that I think that the bill is going too high. I mean, only one person live in the house, and I don't use that much billing every month. And I just think, and I am a senior citizen, and I live on a fixed income, and I just think that, that is too much. I would like for the bill to remain the same if possible.
Ms. Barnett, is that all? Does that complete your testimony?
Yes, I just want to say again that I just think that, the bill going from $37 to I think around about $41 or $42 a month, that's a little too much.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it's been that long since y'all had a raise. It hadn't been, I forgot exactly how many years it's been since we had a raise. I mean, since y'all, gave us a raise on the water bill, sewer. How many years have it been?
It's been about 3 years, Ms. Barnett. Hold on just a minute and let me see if any of the parties or if any of the commissioners have questions for you regarding your testimony.
Madam Vice Chair, company has no questions of Ms. Barnett. We appreciate her interest in this matter. Ms. Morris would be happy to speak with her by phone if Ms. Barnett would really call in.
I don't think she can hear you talking from there, Mr. Elliott. If you
I've got no questions of the witness, and Ms. Barnett, thank you so much for coming. What I was saying was that Ms. Morris, who is the head of customer service for the company, is here, and I'm sure she'd be happy to speak with you by telephone, answer any questions you may have. I think her number is on the bill, and you could just call her at any time. She'd be happy to hear from you. But thank you so much for.
I think I already had called her, and she said that the water bill was going to go up. I think I got a letter saying that our sewer bill was going to go up. So I think I called her. So she said if I had any concerns that I could call. But I disagree with the bill going up.
Yes, ma'am. And we appreciate your being here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Department of Consumer Affairs, any questions?
I'm finished.
No questions, thank you.
Ms. Barnett, just hold with me just a second. I'm asking any of the people here if they have any questions for you. Office of Regulatory Staff? Chris, go to the podium. I'm sorry, Mr. Huber.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Thank you, Ms. Barnett, for speaking today. We have no questions for you, but thank you again for participating today.
Commissioners, any questions for Ms. Barnett?
No, ma'am. I don't have any questions. I guess are you the same people? I guess I'm talking to.
Yes, ma'am.
I just say that I can't afford the bill to go up anymore. Because like I say, I only live. One person live in this home, and I don't use that much sewer, for it to go up like $7. It just went up 3 or 4 years ago.
Ms. Barnett, thank you so much for taking time and presenting your testimony this morning. Your testimony will be part of the record upon which the commission will base this decision. So thank you for your time this morning and your testimony. And
I do have one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you there? Do everybody's bill be the same, or is it any way that y'all can do discounts on the amount of people that lives in the house, or everybody's bill have to be the same amount every month?
Ms. Barnett, I am, as Mr. Butt, I don't know that you could hear counsel for the commission. We cannot answer questions. The commissioners are subject to what's called the Code of Judicial Conduct, and we have to receive testimony. You are welcome. You can call the number on the bill. You can also call the Office of Regulatory Staff. Their telephone number is one. You got something to write with?
Let me see. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
You ready? 1-800 922 1531. And that's the Consumer Services Department at the Office of Regulatory Staff, and they can answer some questions for you there.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you for being here this morning. We certainly appreciate your comments.
You're welcome.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Is that line clear? Is that line clear? Thank you. I show the next witness as Zachary Lee. Are you going to try to call? Okay. We also have Mr. Richard Carr. Bear with us as we try to reach the next witness, please. Our next witness is Mr. Richard Carr. Mr. Carr, a staff member, Mr. Bachman, will administer the oath to you before you begin your testimony, please.
Mr. Carr, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. Do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. At this time, will you please provide the commission with your name, the street on which you live but not your full address, and whether you are a customer of Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Incorporated?
My name is Richard Carr. I am a customer, and the street in question is Southern Pine Road in Columbia, South Carolina, 29229.
Thank you, sir. You may begin your 3 minutes of testimony at this time.
Yeah, a couple of things, and I don't know if this is the right venue to say something, but I have a question in reference. I bought my property about 5 years ago. Within those 5 years, my bill has went from $36.50, $52.10, $53.14, $54.93, $57.53, currently $59.89, and now with this another increase, it'll probably be well over $60. And so my question is, the last raise was like, or increase was like maybe 2 years ago, and as a concerned citizen taxpayer, I'm just curious as to how is this benefiting the public and the taxpayers? Where are these dollars being spent at? That's the main thing. And then the second thing I have concern about is what is the notification process to the public? Because I just happened to be surfing the internet and saw where this meeting was taking place today. There was no other notification from this company to the people that's paying for the service about this meeting taking place. To me, when I got my October bill, if a leaflet or something was put in there where people could see and make comments, that would be, the right thing to do, but it was not. So you got a lot of people that don't even know or not aware of this meeting being held today, and then it gets approved with, least percentage of people being involved. One other thing I would like to address is this a government contract or a state-owned contract that this company has? And if so, I would like to know what the responsibility, the oversight is of that person that oversees or approves that contract. And I think that's one other thing. So as far as the sewer people go, I would like to know what the responsibility is or whose responsibility is as far as clearing easements, as far as trees, shrubs, and that type of thing in these neighborhoods. I called about that maybe last early part of summer, and I was told that that's the responsibility of the homeowner or the property owner, but the property owner does not own these easements where these water meters or sewer meters are at. So I had to come out of my pocket to get someone to come down and cut trees and remove stumps and all that type of thing. So, I mean, if this extra money is going towards clearing off some of these easements in these neighborhoods, then, I don't have a problem with that. But I'm just curious as to, less than 5 years, I'm looking at eight different times that my bill is continually going up. So, thank you for listening. That's really all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Carr. Please hold on and let me see if there are any questions from any of the parties. Mr. Elliott?
Mr. Carr?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my name is Scott Elliott. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you, sir.
I am the attorney for Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Company. And I am curious, from your testimony, is it possible that your sewer company is Palmetto Utilities, Inc.?
I believe that's correct.
All right, sir. This is a rate case for, do you understand this is a rate case for Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation Incorporated.
So am I in the wrong meeting? That I was assuming this had something to do with my sewer bill. Is that incorrect? Or?
Well, if you'll permit me, if you are a Palmetto Utilities customer, this rate matter will not have any impact on you. The rates for Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation are $37.58 per month. Just every month, it doesn't change.
Okay.
So,
So I'm in the wrong meeting.
well, I think the short answer is yes, sir.
Okay. 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 Well, I guess disregard what I just talked about, because I was under the assumption that this was affecting my monthly sewer bill. So I guess I got them confused.
Well, and understandably, they both have Palmetto in them. But let me do say this, that your very capable customer service representative, Ms. Morris, is here in the hearing room, and she would welcome a call from you. She would be the customer service for Palmetto Utilities as well. So if you would like, her name is Nakia Morris, and her number is on your phone bill, your sewer bill, and she is eager to speak with you. So feel free to call her. You'll enjoy speaking with her. So I'd urge you to call. Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Elliott.
That was Miss Morris, correct?
That's correct. Ms. Morris?
Okay, I'll give her a call in a little bit. I know she's busy, so I might wait till you guys get finished your own meetings and call her later on this afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Carr.
Hey, thanks for listening to me. Y'all have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Ms. Boyd, do we have any other witnesses?
No.
Hello?
Vice Chair Belzer, this is,
Commissioner Caston.
I understand he was a customer of Palmetto, utility. But something he said, I was actually curious about, that he had been told that the customer is responsible for maintaining the sewer line easements or rights of way. And
Commissioner Caston, can you turn your camera on, please?
yes, I can.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. In any event, if I thought I understood him to say that he was told or notified that the customer was responsible for maintaining the sewer rights of way, and that, you know, I found that puzzling, and I was just curious if whether in this one, if that was the case in Palmetto Wastewater Reclamation, Palmetto Utility, that would be a separate issue, but that caught my attention. That was a little concerning. I'm sure if there could maybe be any clarification on that.
Commissioner Caston, I would suggest that that would be a wonderful question to ask of one of the witnesses from the utility during the presentation by the utility of their case.
I will do that. Thank you, ma'am.
And if I may, Madam Vice Chair, Mr. Sorensen will be testifying on Wednesday morning in this matter, Commissioner Caston, and I would welcome any questions that you have of him, and I'm sure he'd be able to field that one. Thank you for your interest, though.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. That concludes our witnesses. Is there anything else from the company?
No, Madam Vice Chair. Thank you for the opportunity to appear this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Elliott. Anything else from Department of Consumer Affairs?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Anything else from the Office of Regulatory Staff?
No, Madam Vice Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Huber. With that, we will close this hearing. We will reconvene when the parties start presenting their cases, and that will be Wednesday. Is that 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock. Thank you very much.